What's going on, everybody? Jared here with another brand new hot new app movie review, and we're continuing with the Halloween costume spectacular. I have the wig, I have the glasses, I have the vest, I have the saxophone. I am sexy sax man. Let's see if we can play this. Okay, enough of that. We don't want to get copywritten or all that jazz. But anyways, I went out to the hot new app horror film out there, Countdown. When a nurse downloads a brand new app that tells her how long she's going to live, a haunting figure begins to follow her, and she must find a way to save her life before time runs out. So is Countdown the hottest app since Grindr? Let's find out. But before I get into my thoughts, let me know what you guys thought of Countdown, if you were able to check out this ridiculous horror film, and please tell me if you actually enjoyed this. Now let's get into some of the good. So straight up, I'm going to give a little bit of praise to the idea here. The idea for this app that tells you how long you're going to be able to live, and then these crazy kids going off on this adventure trying to figure out how to stop it before their timer goes down. I like that. It has a great idea. You know, they're playing with elements from, honestly, what, 2 years ago, Truth or Dare, also Final Destination. That definitely has a big, I would say, influence on this situation. So I'll give a tip of the hat to the idea of Countdown. Unfortunately, anything outside of the idea for Countdown personally just fell for myself. I mean, I feel like they wrote this idea on a piece of paper and it was a sentence. It was like, app that tells how long you're gonna die, kids have to stop it. Outside of that, I have no idea how they wrote a script to actually finish this off, because the rest of the movie is just a big mess of all of this different stuff. It obviously has this through line of this app and them trying to stop it, but the content outside of that just seems like it was kind of thrown together in this weird mix, because there's, I'll get into the tones later, but there's like this love story, there's regret, there's almost this Me Too movement and workplace harassment. I don't know what's happening in this movie. And personally, I'm not a big horror fan, but there's two things that I absolutely hate, and I think it's completely cheap, is jump scares and loud noises. And that's exactly what Countdown is. It's literally the whole movie, an hour and 30 minutes, is loud noises, especially coming from the app. The like ringtone for the app, or the app noises, are super loud. They intensify those. Also the jump scares, it's just nothing but jump scares. Every 10 minutes there's a jump scare. You know, the music is swelling and you think, oh, that's it, and then it calms down, dead silence, and there's a bah! I just felt like this whole movie was kind of cheap because it relied on those two different things. And I just mentioned this, but tone, oh, that's not good. I really got to finish this review. I only got a few minutes left. But tone was another thing. You know, I thought that this was going to be a straight up horror film, and that's what it starts off as. It's this horror film focusing on this kind of small group of people, and has this tense, you know, thrilling almost aspect, and scary. You know, it's a scary film. But then it jumps into this like lovey-dovey thing with these two characters, and I didn't know if we were going for a love story. We wanted these two people to get together, and then it also had this very funny, almost lighthearted tone. And both of these scenes, the characters are played by comedians. So you see them in this movie, I'm like, great, they're getting roles in this movie. But they are 100% playing into the comedy side of these characters. And it throws this movie off. Are we supposed to be terrified and now we're laughing, having a good time, while these kids are seemingly dying? I don't know. And there's two final things that I gotta say is the acting. You know, it's very wooden, a lot of cliched lines. I mean, it probably falls on the script, but the delivery was very wooden from these characters. Again, it's only a few characters, but not great. And then logic, complete logic. I love saying this. Logic was thrown out the window in this movie because nothing makes sense. The rules, this ties back almost to the lore of the movie. None of the rules are set up. There was a few times in the movie that they say that they went against the user agreement for this app, but it's never elaborated on, like, what parts of the app did they go against. So it doesn't elaborate on that. Again, going back into this weird Me Too section of the movie. Honestly, I thought that that was the core. I thought that that was going to be the main through line, dealing with this one person and a Me Too movement. I'm not going to ruin anything or spoil anything, but it's very oddly placed in this film about horror. I don't know if they were trying to make a statement or whatnot. And I'm sorry, but the main character is completely stupid. There's one scene, she started a new job, she's filling out tax papers. I understand that filling that stuff out can be confusing, but she's filling out, I believe it's an I-9. She says she doesn't have a passport, doesn't know what other kind of identification she can use. If you look at that tax document, there's 3 different columns with all of the different things you can use. What? Why? Overall Countdown is essentially an idea written on a napkin after way too many tequila shots, with it featuring a very cool idea that they could have expanded upon, but completely dropped the ball with that. Wooden acting, jump scares, and loud noises, tones shifts all over the place, and having this weird Me Too movement in the film. You gotta just completely skip out on Countdown. I thought that this was gonna be one of those horror films that you go in, you turn your brain off, you laugh, you have a good time, everyone in the theater is cheering for the screen, but this is just a train wreck of logic being thrown out the window and cliches. In closing, I'm gonna give Countdown 1 out of 5 hot new apps. So what did you guys think of Countdown? I wanna know in the comment. Oh god. Oh no. No.